take any questions. Thank you.
Councillors, do we have any questions? Councillor Gibson.
Just in 3.2, saying we recognise and naturally implement obligations to the Treaty of Waitangi. I think that needs to be to the Local Government Act with references to that Te Tiriti, given that we're not the Crown and we're not a partner.
On this particular issue, given this is a joint agreement between all of the local authorities, would someone like to comment on changes made to the triennial agreement, given it's been adopted by other partners? Anyone?
I think, through your worship, I think if any changes to be made at this point in time would be problematic. We would have to work back with Napier City Council and Regional Council, or our regional partners, to get agreement on any changes that were made, particularly with Napier, given they've already adopted it.
And question from me, would that even be achievable within the statutory timeframes?
No.
No, okay. So team, we are looking at a triennial agreement, which is one that has existed for some time. The minor modifications that have been made to this one is just to simplify it further, given the local government reforms that are underway. So there is no major additions to this in any way, shape or form. The particular section that Councillor Gibson refers to has been within this triennial agreement for some time. So I'll now come to Councillor Corbyn.
Thank you, Your Worship. If we wanted to make changes to an agreement like this, when would be the appropriate time to signal that and to do it?
Thank you, Councillor Corbyn. Staff?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd have to check, but I imagine we could take down an action and then for it to be taken by our representatives on the local government forum for them to consider.
No, my question was more general than that. If we wanted to make changes to a paper that comes in front of us, rather than raising it at a council meeting, and the timing may be too late, when is the appropriate time to raise the issue and to have some sort of alternative remedy in place?
That's a reasonable question, Councillor Corbyn. What I will note is that given that this triennial agreement it remains largely unchanged from previous ones, there wasn't a need to circulate it many weeks in advance, and in fact it wasn't possible given the timing of the election. However, I note what you're saying. Probably the best time to raise any questions or concerns certainly would have been when the papers were released in advance of the meeting. I do understand we're working to a tight time frame here, and it's certainly not one that's been imposed by HDC. This is what happens when you work at a regional level, unfortunately, team. Any other comments from staff?
Through you, Madam Chair, so there's essentially two levels of decision making for content of the agreement. So I would presume that if this council wanted to make a change or recommend a change to the agreement, that would be a majority decision of this council, and then each council at some stage, by majority, three councils would have to approve the adoption of the agreement. So again, as Her Worship commented, that's the problem of a regional tripartite agreement. There's two levels in majority decision making to get something through.
Councillor Montepere-Henry.
Thank you, through your worship. I just wanted to check who the alternative representative would be and if there was scope for that, noting that if a chair is absent, the deputy chair chairs the meeting, which would mean that if that happens to be ahead of time, there would be an absence in our representation, as well as if you had a conflict of interest, then that would mean that we were not represented in the four.
It's an interesting question you raised, Councillor Montepere-Henry, and one that was raised at the Leaders Forum on Monday, in fact. So thank you, you've picked it up as well. The Leaders Forum, as I recall, has taken that away as an action to consider. It's not something that has transpired previously. Generally, a deputy mayor will step in to take over from the mayor in their absence. However, should both be incapacitated, that was actually raised on Monday, and there's not a formal pathway forward yet, but I will bring that through once we know.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Councillor Montepere-Henry?
Thank you.
Sorry, Councillor Daniel, apologies.
Thank you, Your Worship. Through the Mayor. Just in regards to, I think it is 4.1, the no surprise policy. I just need to seek clarification because it talks about early notice will be given, but it doesn't state the time frame for that. So my question is, what constitutes a matter regarding early notice under the no surprise policy? The time frame of that.
Thank you, Councillor Daniel. I won't come to staff to answer that because largely this agreement has been driven by the region's leaders, being councillors and mayors in the past. And as Ms Stettner highlighted, this is largely an administrative document, how we all coordinate together. It's not specifically specified because sometimes the rate of change within local government is such that you wouldn't be able to meet, for example, a 5-day lead-in. I think it's more the intent behind it is that no leader or council within the region blindsides others, that we are working collaboratively together and talking. Would staff like to, Mr Allen, would you like to add to that at all?
I think the only thing really to add to that is that, yeah, when it comes to no surprises around issues, those issues will vary significantly, and I guess it's sort of best endeavours around how that's brought back to the relevant tables in a timely manner.
I'll come now to Councillor Montepero-Henry.
Thank you, Your Worship. I just wanted to note that Councillor previously said we were not partners. Just going through the Code of Conduct, number 4, Te Tiriti o Waitangi, the way that I read and interpret that is that I am a partner. So I would like it noted that I am not included in the we. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Montepero-Henry. Okay, team, are there any other questions? No? In which case, can I have a mover, please? Thank you, Councillor Daniel. Councillor Watkins.
Thank you, Worship. Just in terms of section 11, which is disputes resolution, I just want to say I commend that greatly in its simplicity and its aim to maintain constructive relationships. I think that's a great way forward, simple, pragmatic, so very good. Well done.
Thank you, Councillor, and this definitely does outline as best we can in terms of our region's TLOs coming together and coordinating. So I have a mover, Councillor Daniel. Can I have a seconder, please? Thank you, Councillor Milmine. All right, if there's no further comments or debate, I will put those recommendations. All those in favour? Aye. Any against? Thank you, that's carried. Thank you, team. So that closes off item 5. We did have one item scheduled for public excluded, item 9. However, that has been withdrawn at this time to allow more time to be put into that paper and will be brought back to us at a future meeting. On that basis, that concludes the meeting. So I would like to just invite if someone would like to do a closing karakia for us. If not, I will pull one up of my own accord.
Pull one.
Okay, then I shall. Please hold callers. I've almost got this one off by heart, but not quite confident enough to do it without in front of me. Kia hora te marino, kia whakapapa pounamu te moana. Hei hurahi mā tātou I te rangi nei, aroha atu, aroha mai, tātou I e tātou katoa. Hui e, tae ki e. May peace be widespread, may the sea be like greenstone, a pathway for us all this day. Let us show respect for each other, for one another, bind us all together. Kia ora team, thank you. Thank you, order councillors. Not